using the samples collected from that horn that Piccolo and Gohan had retrieved, but I'm not too sure on how this would affect our Supercell Defense Titan since, well, he isn't quite finished yet. So, well, if anything, I do believe that it would be best if we only run these upgrades on machines, just in case there's some unknown after effect from the samples collected that could still allow for a demon to take possession of a biological subject. Yeah, well, maybe we'll just go and do that in the meantime, Bulma went on to respond, until we know that it is safe to run these same upgrades on biological warriors without running the risk of having anything happen to them. But now that the Capsule Corp Metamo rings are complete, Bulma adds, it's just a matter of going as far as to test them to see what kind of a fusion it can create, and more importantly, if they can ultimately create fusions that are far stronger than the ones that we are used to via the fusion dance or the Potara earrings. But we'll just go and test these out last and see what we can make of them once we start to see what these are like in combat against someone. Well, to our credit, Dr. Hedo responds, we did manage to amp these up by a very large margin, especially when considering the idea that these things would multiply the fusion's power many times over, and so, well, it's only just a matter of finding the right pair to go and try these on and see what the results turn into, with Bulma having to then respond, yeah, well, I mean, there's always Goku and Vegeta that we can go and try these on, but then again, Vegeta never really enjoyed the idea of going and fusing with Goku.
Yep,
To begin with, and so this might be a little tricky, but then it was all of a sudden now to Bulma and Dr. Hedo's surprise was when Piccolo went on to then enter into their lab by then responding, hey, sorry to just barge in from out of nowhere again, but I hope you...
Shouts out to Piccolo for being a goddamn role model.
don't mind that since I came and brought a few guests along with me that I do believe could be of much
Yeah, the original androids.
use to us in case we happen to find ourselves in a battle against those demons. And so who better to help us than two of our old friends from the past, with Bulma responding, wait, you brought guests? But who? Oh, don't tell me that you went and brought Goten and Trunks here now, did you? I'm hoping that you weren't expecting for that god of destruction or someone else to just show up, because that would have burst your bubble, 18 went on to then respond. And do either of us even look like Goten and Trunks to you, Bulma, 17 went on to then also quickly respond. And besides, the boys are busy watching over the island while I'm away, and so that should keep them occupied in the meantime, with Bulma responding, well, I'm glad that you guys can go and join us, because we're going to need all the help that we can get in order to counter whatever it is that's going to be coming, with Dr. Hedo also chiming in, hey, so you're the famous Android 17 and 18 that I heard so much about. Right, and based on my understanding on the two of you, you are both modified humans, aren't you? Lapis and Lazuli, correct? Well, that's a first, 17 went on to quickly respond, because it's not that often that we run into anyone who refers to us by our actual names, but being that you seem like you really wanted to talk to us, 17 continues, our question now to you is, what are we going to do about this demon problem, and what exactly can you offer that would be of any use to us against these creatures, Doctor? And moreover, are the things that you and Bulma appear to be working on back there, 17 adds, and so why don't you go and fill us both in on what's going on, with Dr. Hedo responding, well, I see that your curiosity has been piqued by our latest endeavor, as these here aren't just any ordinary armbands, in case you're wondering, Dr. Hedo adds, for this is actually the culmination of a year's worth of research and development between Bulma and myself, as these right here are our official Capsule Corp Metamo fusion rings, and these bad boys are designed to facilitate a fusion that isn't only far more stable, but significantly more powerful than traditional fusion as well, with Bulma having to then chime in, and even though we haven't tested them yet, this is only just one of many cool little secret projects that me and Dr. Hedo have been working on, with 17 responding, fusion, huh? Well, that's no surprise, but correct me if I'm wrong here, but that's an android sitting behind you, am I right? Interesting.
I'm just saying. Bulma gets the God of Creation power upgrade. Why? Because, you know, her husband is Vegeta and he becomes God of Destruction. So they become linked spiritually, so he ain't got to worry about his wife dying, because he going to be around to protect her anyways as the God of Destruction. Boom, that's all set. Then you got Dr. Hedo. You know, he's a scientist, so he has a lot of things he wants to create. Boom, there you go, populate a universe. I ain't going to tell you too much of the story, because I know y'all motherfuckers is ready to steal it. But hell, you know how that go. Buy me a coffee.